Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. Today I thought I'd have a chat to you about the benefits of solar panels for your outback travels with your car fridges and lighting and all that. Now, I look at the amp draw figures that the fridge manufacturers and all that are producing, and they are really optimistic. Now, there's 60 million variables. How cold you have your fridge if you're using it as a fridge or a freezer, and how big your deep cycles are. Now, to say the least, there's a yummy mummy on the Engel website who is running a fridge and a freezer, and there's no reference of how they're powering them. And personally, I think it's impossible unless all you got in the back of your vehicle is deep cycle batteries. But on the upside, there's more than one upside to the portable solar panels. Now, I was testing the new Engel I've got against the old one that's 20 odd years old, and I thought, geez, it's not really improved. But I set up a rig in the backyard using an old deep cycle battery and a regulated power supply. So it was getting a constant, nearly 14 volts, 13.8 I think, 13.9, but constantly. So it was doing pretty impressive amp draw, as in frugal on the amps. Then I realised, of course, it's not a real world test. Now, Watt's law, and it's important, yeah, is power in volts times current in amps equals watts. Now, the little 15 litre fridge I've just got inside the car is rated at 33 watts. Now, I took these figures from their website. So 12 volts at 2.5 amps, or 24 volts at 1.3 amps. The problem is, the moment you stop your car, if you've got a wet cell battery or a dry cell battery, these are the voltages that are available. So with an AGM battery, you've got 13 volts. Now, AGM batteries don't belong under the bonnet of a car, okay? So I've got a wet cell battery, so 12.6. Now currently I've got basically a 0.94 amp load on my car with this fluoro light running, and I've got 13.6 volts, which is the float charge from my MPP controller on my dual battery with the solar panel hooked up. So we'll keep an eye on that figure. I'll just go and unplug the solar panel. Hey Woofer, you're a YouTube star, mate. So I'll unplug the solar. Now, anyone who's ever messed around with batteries, the only way in the field you can test the capacity of what you've got remaining is voltage. So when you get down to 50%, you've got about 12 volts, 11.9 or 12.05. And if you go down as low as 80% discharged, you've got 11.6 and 11.58 volts. So another factor. Deep cycle batteries. If you pull them down to 50%, you'll get about 850 cycles out of them. And 80% you'll get, 20% discharge, 80% discharge, you get 500 cycles, and if you crash them, you'll only get 300 cycles. So in Australia, they're all rated the same way. They're rated at 5 amps by 20 hours. That's the way they're rated. Okay. So back to the magical fridge setup. So with the solar running, I was on float, and I had an amp draw of 2.45 amps at 12.6, which is a full battery. Now the moment you put a 2.5 amp load on it, the voltmeter will drop to about 12.2. Sure enough, 2.5 amps, pretty much what the Engels guys are saying, yeah. Okay. Now with the car running, it was only drawing 1.98, so it had 14.46 volt, so it was under charge circuit. So impressive. But so at 50% discharged, it was drawing 2.8, and as you're coming up to your 80%, it was drawing 3 amps. So a chap commented on one of my videos that he gets 5 days out of his 60 amp hour battery pack, and I thought, well, not here in Australia, mate. Maybe in Alaska, yeah. But it's obviously a real benefit to even have a small solar panel on your car during the day. You know, one, it's raising the voltage, so it's reducing the amp draw consumption, as well as when the fridge is turning on and off, that it's recharging the battery when the fridge isn't on duty cycle. So already our voltage is now dropped to 12.98, and I said this is only with a relatively small load, but our amp drawer is increasing, and once that gets down to about 12.6, so it's currently got a float charge on the battery, we will find that that amp will increase to around 1 amp, so in a very narrow voltage range. So if you can spring for a solar panel and a converter, I would thoroughly recommend it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.